Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Carrie, and today I am doing a book haul. But before I get to that, I just want to say a very quick thank you to those of you who have subscribed in the last week. I just had like a major jump with like over 100 people subscribing to me. I'm not sure how that happened. Please let me know if you've recently subscribed, if maybe somebody gave me like a shout out, or if you just randomly found my video. I'd really like to know what happened there because that was kind of shocking to me. I wasn't expecting it, but I'm super excited and I'm glad you're here. I hope you enjoy my content. I am going to be doing some unboxings today. So I took a couple of weeks off of filming. I had a really crazy work schedule, and then last week I ended up having to have a procedure done, and it kind of caused some complications. Wasn't feeling all that well, so I just decided to take a couple of weeks off. I'm sorry that I haven't put anything up. I have a whole bunch of soap videos that I filmed like back in December. I'm needing to get those up. I'm afraid that like the things that I was talking about back then on the videos are going to be like things that are way past now, but I'm going to go ahead and post them anyway just because I have them. I have like 10 videos or something to upload, so I've got a lot of stuff that's going to be coming out soon. But anyway, let's go ahead and get into my unboxings. So because I took a couple of weeks off of filming, I ended up getting a Reveal book box a couple of weeks ago, and then yesterday another book box came from Reveal book box. So I've got about 13 books to unbox today. The first one I'm going to unbox is my bookworm box. This is the $20 box from the bookworm box. This is a charitable organization. It is hosted by Colleen Hoover, if you didn't know. I just get the book itself. I don't get any of the little swag or anything like that. Here's the little bookmark that comes with it. That is really cute this month. I like that. This was for January, not for February. That box is still on its way. And so the January bookworm box book is Reckless Memories by Catherine Cowles. I've heard of this author, but I have never read it. This cover is limited edition to the bookworm box only, so if you've heard of this book and you've seen it under a different cover, that is why. The cover is kind of interesting. It almost looks like, you know, the memorial with the 4 presidents, what is that called? Mount Rushmore. It kind of like, doesn't that remind you of Mount Rushmore a little? It does me. So anyway, it says, I loved him before I knew what the word meant, from skin knees to first dates and everything in between, but he was never mine to love. I settled for friendship even though I always wanted more. That was before he ripped my world apart and didn't bother sticking around to pick up the pieces. I knit every last shred back together all on my own, and I've all but forgotten his name. Now he's back and everything is torn apart once more. But he's not the only one doing the tearing this time. There might be no stopping the person who has it out for both of us. Okay, so friends to lovers, friends to enemies to lovers, I don't really know. I'm not a huge fan of the whole friends to lovers trope, but we will see. It's not like a ridiculously long book, and oh, that's cool. I like that. Look at it. All of the chapters have like that little thing on the top. That's neat. That's a pretty book anyway. And of course, it's signed by the author. I also wanted to real quickly show the only book that I actually purchased. Bought it off of Amazon, brand new, because let me just tell you, this is one of the hottest books of all time, and that is Katie Robert gifting me to his best friend. I loved this book so much. It was one of the hottest books I've ever read in my entire life. Seriously. Hands down, so hot that I had to have a hard copy of this. I really wanted it. It's short, but it is so freaking steamy. One of the best books. You need to read it. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and open this one. This was the Reveal box for January, or at least that's what it says. It shows January 12th, 2021. So this is my January box. Let's go ahead and open it. Okay, finally I got into it because stupid me didn't bring scissors over here. Here is what it looks like whenever I open it. And it says, thank you. We hope you love your box. Reviews are important. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. I always think their boxes look just ridiculously cute. Don't you? Like that's just cute. Okay, so it came with some little Swiss mix cocoa. And, oh, mine came with a couple of them this time. And it has a little writing pad, which always come in handy for me. And lacy black, a little dill. Here's a little door knocker. It says, "Washed in Blood" by Ashley Lane. Please knock, priest is kneeling at my altar. Oh, cray. Hello, where is this book? Because I need to read it. Okay, the first book is Let There Be Light by A.M. Johnson. And this one said, oh my gosh, y'all. Tell me, how do you guys read that first word? Seriously, like it blends in. You can't. Okay, I think it says his world was water and rhythm, hard work and drive. They really needed to make, they really needed to make the words on the back of this black and not like really light blue. Okay, I'm gonna attempt this, y'all. Let's see. His world was water and rhythm. Hard work and drive kept Royal O'Connell one step ahead of his competition. His spot on the swim team, swimmer here, love that. Keeping his scholarship was the only plan that mattered. His world was ebony and ivory, natural talent and ambition set Camden Morgan apart from the other music majors. His dedication, wait, is this a Mel book? Oh, please tell me this is. His dedication scoring him a full ride. Normally their paths would never have crossed, but when Royal meets his best friend's new roommate, his big plan in Camden's controlled environment faces a variable that could destroy it all, attraction. The world they live in has no room for error. That undeniable pull between them was dangerous, and neither one of them could have prepared for the choice they'd have to make. Love isn't always an easy road, and when everything they've worked for is on the line, they'll have to decide if being together is worth the risk. So this is a male romance. It involves a swimmer and a musician. I am here for this. I am so here for this. I love that they're getting in more male romances. Love this. So for y'all that are sitting there going, what do you mean you're a swimmer? Like, you big girl. In high school, didn't always look like this. In high school, I was a competitive swimmer. I made it to state. I was, I did my whole thing back then. I also didn't weigh 200 plus pounds. The next book is Junkie. This is by J.D. Holyfield. And I just read a book by this author not very long ago. I gave it 4 stars. It was a daddy kink romance. We'll be talking about that very, very soon. I'm doing my January wrap up after this. So believe me, we're going to be talking about some J.D. Holyfield coming up very soon. This one says, Luna Monroe, I'm a junkie, hard-hitting, pulse-pounding adrenaline addict. It's what I live for, the highs, the lows. The problem is I do it all illegally. Now I'm on the run, and it's only a matter of time before my past catches up to me. Cash Huntington. Why did they name him Cash? I'm an addict. Speed is my drug of choice. The thrill, the rush, the highs of dominating the racetrack. There's never been anything I wanted more than to win until her. Okay, well, I mean, at least it's not like junkie as in like drug junkie. I can handle adrenaline junkie a lot better than that. So that's good. I kind of wish they would have given me her daddy romance kink though. That book was really good. Okay, next book is going to be Looking to Score. This is by Ali Siz. Never heard of this author. This is a bigger book. I mean, this is a chunky book, y'all. It's like almost 400 pages. Of course, it's signed by the author. Ooh, the back looks good. It looks like it's going to be a football romance. It says, they call me Casanova. For real, y'all. They call me Casanova, football god, ladies man, campus celebrity. Y'all, I think I'm just over these college age boys. They're just so, I mean, they look good. They're pretty to look at, but they're just not, I don't know. I think I'm just over it. I'm too old for this shit. Okay, guys want to be me and girls want to bed me. Commitment, what's that? Then I saw her, tiny, gorgeous, and oh so mine. Mason Nova is an egotistical jerk. Player, persistent, pain in the pom-pom. Really? This is gonna be a football cheerleading one? Come on. I don't care if he's the star of the gridiron or how tight his end is. Really? I know his stats both on and off the field. My answer will always be no. The last thing I need in my life is another charmer who's looking to score. This book sounds funny, but for all the wrong reasons. I don't know. I don't know if I should read this because I have a feeling it's not going to get a very high score from me. I'm so sorry. Some of y'all would probably love this book though. I think I'm just really, really over the whole new adult trope. I really need to go back and change my preferences because I'm really, really tired of new adult. Okay, next book is Stirred. This is by Charity Farrell. Once again, another author I've never heard of. This one says, I don't want him. I can't do this. That's what my ex said after our son was born, leaving me a single dad. Yes, this is my kind of trope. These days, my world consists of two things, Noah and my bar, and tell her the woman I want but can never have. My ex's sister wasn't supposed to be stirred into the mix. Even though I know to push her away, my son falls in love with her, and as much as I want to keep my distance, I can't break his heart. Lines become blurred, and fighting our attraction becomes nearly impossible. Even though we know it's wrong, desire doesn't always fade away. As soon as we cross that line, nothing will ever be the same, and everything will fall apart, and it does. So, y'all, this cover is gorgeous. I'm in love. There's nothing better than a single dad to me. Like, I'm so sorry. I love that trope right now. Like, that's something that I'm obsessed with. So that makes me happy. Okay, the next book is The Edge of Temptation. This is by Jay Simon. And it says, Holly. Or Hallie. I bet you it's Hallie. It starts out as a bet, a way to forget about my latest in a string of bad relationships. I know it's a mistake. My head and heart are just not in the game, especially whenever I have a terrible knack for picking the wrong men. Then I see him, the gorgeous man in the dark suit, drowning his sorrows in a glass of scotch. It's only supposed to be one night of fun, no strings, zero expectations, no one gets hurt. Sounds perfect, right? And then whenever I wake up alone the next morning, it appears I've got everything I was after. Little do I know, this is only the beginning of our story. Jonah. I wasn't looking for a distraction. No. I was perfectly miserable, pickling myself in my drink. Really? Pickling myself? That just sounds really dirty, doesn't it? Pickling myself. In my drink. When the fiery redhead, hey girl, hey, bumped into me. Literally. And even though it was one of the worst days of my life, I couldn't say no to one night with her. I never expected to see her again. Never expected she'd be my patient. That I'd also end up being her boss. Patient and boss? But I have rules I won't break, and we're both as strung out as our past as two people can get. All I have to do is stay away from the sexy temptation. Be 100% professional. Should be easy, right? Except you know what they say about best laid plans. Okay, I'm down for that. That sounds good. And the next book, last book out of this box anyway, is going to be Pants on Fire by Lacey Black. This one says Cricket. Please tell me they did not name her Cricket. Okay. Success is what you make of it. That's my motto and the premise of my speech, the one I'm heading back to Southern Illinois University to give at my college alumni reunion. As the morning co-host of Good Morning San Francisco, I was asked to be one of the keynote speakers, and while I'm honored to do so, there's only one problem. The other speaker is Danny O'Hara, my former boyfriend. Throw in an issue with a credit card that leaves me stuck at the airport, no rental car in sight, until a familiar face appears like a guardian angel in sexy black glasses. Here's my dilemma with my attraction to Reuben Rigsby. Really? Cricket and Reuben? Yeah. My airport savior and old friend from college. I'm not supposed to be attracted to him at all. He's my ex's former roommate, yet there doesn't stop my big mouth from lying about the status of our relationship when we come face to face with said former roommate. As in, we have one, together. Reuben. I don't know why I agreed to come back to SLU for the alumni, jeez, I can't speak today. Alumni reunion, but I'm damn sure glad I did. When I found the familiar face stranded in the airport, I readily agreed to give her a ride. It's great to catch up with Cricket Hill. Cricket, though, really? As we make our way back to the place we ultimately met, what I'm not prepared for is this overwhelming attraction I feel for her. I'm not supposed to notice how amazing her butt looks in a pair of black yoga pants. She's a friend, period, but Cricket has other plans. When she lies about our budding relationship to my former roommate and her ex, I have no choice but to go along with it to save face. I have to pretend to be her boyfriend. I mean, it's only for a little white lie, right? Wrong. Okay, so this sounds interesting, but I've got a problem with their names. I mean, if Cricket is just like a nickname, that's awesome, but who names their little girl Cricket? Like, I don't know. Am I weird with names like that? And Reuben, like, I think of a sandwich when I think of a Reuben. Like, I don't think of a sexy man being called Reuben. I think of, like, you know, like a sandwich. I guess if they wanted to call him a snack, I don't know. Okay. Then they gave me a little, this is a lip balm. That's neat. I actually really like that. I like the little brown ones. Those are cute. And a pen, which always comes in handy. And it's pink, which makes me happy. And then some little Tootsie Rolls. Let me see you, Tootsie Roll. I'm in a mood, y'all. I'm like a whole vibe today. Okay. So that was it for the January box. Let me jump into the February box. So this video isn't 30 minutes long and y'all are like, come on, Carrie, get with the program. This is boring. What's weird is that this box for February is nowhere near as heavy as my January box, which makes me wonder if I got some tiny ass books this time. Let us find out. Well, this one is definitely a little more on the messy side than the other one was. It's like falling out all over the place. And I got some tiny ass, y'all. Please tell me that that is not a book that they put in here. I mean, for real? Okay. Well then, is that like an extra? Please tell me that's like an extra book they put in and not like 1, 2. I gotta look at this. I got to. Like, surely not. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, Lord bless them. Okay. Well, at least they didn't do me really wrong because they gave me 7 books this month instead of 6. So, the first one, which I'm just going to call my little bonus because this is some pee-wee kind of shit right here. This is like not even 100 pages. For real, y'all. It's 72 pages. But it is signed by the author. This is Alex Grayson, and I swear I've heard of this author before. It's called Forevermore. Fate brought us together is what it says. Everything has a reason for being, and you are mine. Without you, there is no me. Every love story has a beginning. Some are dark and painful, some are bright and beautiful, and for some, fate intervenes, setting two people on the right path. Our love has no ending. It's forevermore and everlasting. This is our story. That's really cute. I'm definitely intrigued by it, but like... The next book is, I don't know what the title is. It says Love in Siena, Book 1. Okay. Secret Smiles is the title, and it's by Laura John. Once again, another author I've never heard of. And it says, life changes in the blink of an eye. I have everything a man could ever want. Fame, women, money, power. I could have any women I want, so why would they repeat that? Okay. I could have any woman I want. So why is my new manager the one I want the most? And why is she the only one who keeps saying no? Can I seduce her for longer than one night, or will the monsters I keep trying to push away finally consume me and win? So it sounds like a rock star romance. That sounds interesting. We'll see. For real. Y'all. Definitely going down to 2 books next month. Mail Order Brit by Poppy Parks. This one says, she's an American knee-deep in student loan debt and desperate for a way out. He's a British single father who needs to fill the hole left in his children's life when their mother died. Neither one of them expected to share more than a pragmatic arrangement, no feelings attached. But when the home they've made threatens to fall apart, they discover that there's more binding them together than a marriage license. But like, look at how freaking tiny this book is. Like that's not even a book. Like that isn't even really a novella. That's okay. Alrighty. On to the next one. This is a beautiful cover. It says, Come What May by L.K. Faro. Look at that cover. Isn't that pretty? This one says, Death, it's the only guarantee in this roller coaster ride called life. My dad always used to say it's what you do while you're alive that matters. But he's gone now, and me, I'm spiraling out of control and on the verge of losing everything my dad worked so hard for. Until Mateo Reyes comes and makes me an offer I can't refuse. He wants to purchase my dad's shop. The payday would be monumental, but can I really sell all I have left of my dad? Eventually I give in, with a single caveat. He hires me to run it. The tatted up mechanic turns out to be as strict as he is handsome. When I agreed to help my late friend's daughter, I had no idea the kind of trouble I was inviting into my life. Seraphine's young, reckless, impulsive, and drowning in her grief. The absolute last person I should allow around my teenage daughter. I've made it my personal mission to show her life does in fact go on after loss. After the death of my wife, I'd know. Before I know it, I find myself thinking about things I have no business thinking of, like if her skin's as soft as it looks and how her lips taste. Turns out she's every bit as interested as I am, and while she might be my damnation, I'm willing to fight for her, come what may. This sounds really, really good. This is going on the top of my TBR. That sounds really, really good. Okay. The next book, I've read this one. This is the first book I've gotten that I've actually read. It is Depraved by Eva Charles. I actually love this book. I gave it like 4.5 stars. This is a part of a duet or a trilogy. And it is so good, y'all. Like this is a political romance where this guy's father is now the president of the United States. He's this very, very bad guy. And he's been in love with the Help for years and years. She's actually the daughter of the Help. And his father, he had to like leave. Like he literally threw her into this like all girls boarding school because he was afraid of his father and what his father would do, because his father found out that he had feelings for her. And he found out that they were doing some stuff. Anyway, it's this whole thing. It's really, really good. Okay, so here's what it says on the back. It says, smoke and mirrors, a web of lies. He comes for the devil's ultimate prize. J.D. Wilder strides into my hotel, bringing the dark, musky scent of sin with him. Arrogant and powerful, he's the president's eldest son. Even after all these years, I can still taste him on my lips. But when he speaks, there's not a glimmer of the boy I once loved. He struck a deal with my parents, that's what he claims. Loaned my mother the money she desperately needs to stay alive. Now he's here to collect. What does he want? My soul, of course. The one thing I will never give him. So good. This book is really good. I'm actually glad to have that one. Okay, and last book is Swipe Left for Love by Lynn Stevens. Macy Reagan is too busy for much of her social life. College graduation is looming, her job prospects are grim, and she's planning her best friend Lauren's bachelorette party. Her only outlets are messages from Guy, her anonymous pen pal for the last 4 months. Macy needs to decide if she should meet Guy in person or let things stay as they are, safe and uninhibited. When Lauren decides on a joint bachelorette party, she wants Macy to put past grudges aside to plan it with Macy's least favorite person on the planet, Zach Sparks. Zach Sparks has had his life planned out for him, and he's totally okay with that. He'll start working full-time for his father's investment firm after graduation, eventually move up the ladder, and one day take over the company. Everything is straight and narrow. Nothing requires too much thinking. But when he talks to his mysterious girl on the Blind Friends app, his best friend Ford and fiancée Lauren created, he lets himself be honest and open in a way he's never been able to before. It helps him ignore the party planning with Macy Reagan, who would rather slit his throat than have a civil conversation. When Macy finds out Zach is the anonymous messenger, she realizes how wrong she's been about him and decides to show him who she really is. Hopefully he'll see that what he's got right in front of him is exactly what he's looking for on the other side of the screen. So, sounds like enemies to lovers. That sounds interesting. And the last book is one who I actually have heard of, and that's Kennedy Fox. They do a lot of advertising from them, but I've never actually gotten a book from Kennedy Fox in here, so that's actually really neat. It's called The Best of Us, Love and Isolation series, and it says, what happens when the biggest blizzard of the year hits and you're trapped in a cabin with your best friend's brother? You take every opportunity to spend time together and make him fall in love with you. So that sounds really cute. Those are all the books. There's some little candles and little pixie sticks. There's a little Drink Wine and Read by J.D. Hollyfield, which is cute. A couple little bookmarks. That's it. As I've said before, I think I'm gonna go ahead and go down on the amount of books that I'm getting from this subscription. Alright, that's all the books that I have in this book haul. What did you think of the books that I received? What do you think I should do? Do you think I should go down on the subscription? Let me know in the comments below. We'll talk there.